Hello, curious minds. Humans have sent spacecraft into orbit, mapped the oceans, and created artificial intelligence. Yet Earth still has a few questions. It simply refuses to answer. Today we're diving into mysteries just like those. Like and subscribe before they get even more mysterious. Marvel might want to check its prop department because whatever was filmed in Japan looks suspiciously like Venom got lost. This synchronized movement is a defensive strategy that helps the bees send a warning signal and make predators think twice. Imagine these suddenly showing up in your backyard. Who would be the first person you'd call?
Square inch of this rocket site. All right, now let's not jump to any conclusions.
This mystery is actually caused by pareidolia, a phenomenon where the brain recognizes familiar images in completely random shapes in the sky. Sometimes nature doesn't need special effects. A few layers of clouds over Lake Michigan are enough to turn the entire sky into one giant mystery. If this really is ball lightning, then we may be looking at one of the strangest atmospheric phenomena on Earth. It looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. But could that mysterious light actually be coming from somewhere beyond Earth?
It's changing. There's lights in the sky too.
Impression Lijiang turns local culture into a living experience where nature isn't just the backdrop, it becomes part of the performance itself. This is how Tokushima turns an ordinary commute into a cultural experience, a welcome to the city moment that's pretty hard to ignore. This design proves efficient transportation doesn't always require more roads. Sometimes it just needs another level. At first glance, it looks like a train moving underwater, but this unusual railway clearly doesn't need any tracks. Nature may have created the shape completely by accident, but the resemblance is strange enough to make anyone look twice. Istanbul's sky suddenly had a visitor from space, reminding us that some mysteries don't exactly wait for an invitation. This time-lapse compresses an entire solar eclipse into just a few moments, making the relative motion of the moon, Earth, and sun much easier to see. If these stairs really led to the sky, would you want to know what was waiting at the top? Its mysterious face has earned this species the nickname human-faced owl. Even more interesting, it is also classified as a Class II protected animal in China. The ground looks like someone switched on boil mode, but it's actually a huge amount of underground water forcing its way out after heavy rainfall. The strange part isn't that the lake moves, it's that nobody has convincingly explained the mysterious rhythm of its rising and falling. If you just found this channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so we can keep exploring more fascinating things together. When electrical charges inside a cloud become unbalanced, the atmosphere turns into one giant circuit, and lightning is the moment that circuit finally flips the switch. In just seconds, something that looked completely solid was erased by the wind. Another reminder that certainty can be surprisingly fragile when nature takes over. Transformers contain high-powered electrical equipment, so when a fire breaks out, the heat and materials inside can make the flames far more intense. If you ever needed a reason to take fuel safety seriously, this scene makes the point perfectly, and it does it with one very loud explosion. With both male and female reproductive organs in the same body, flatworms make the idea of dividing responsibilities in nature surprisingly flexible. Covered in a full suit of spiky armor, this creature looks like nature decided to design a pocket-sized dinosaur. Can you guess what this strange creature is like? And subscribe, and let's find out together. This is the Veluamir Aqueduct, where water passes overhead, while the N302 highway runs underneath a remarkably clever way to separate traffic. The rolling bridge doesn't lift up or swing sideways. It does something far more unusual. It folds its 8 sections inward until both ends meet. Gigantic jets form above powerful thunderstorms, shooting electrical discharges tens of kilometers upward and creating an electrical bridge between storm clouds and the upper atmosphere. For most of us, a storm is a reason to stay home. For this crew, it's literally today's workplace. This is a rare type of roll cloud that can form when air masses with different conditions interact, causing the cloud to stretch out and rotate along a horizontal axis. A volcano is like a doorway into the heart of the Earth. When it opens, millions of years of energy beneath the surface finally get a voice. Just seconds after the ground started shaking, the entire structure collapsed into a thick cloud of dust. Out of dust moments after the people nearby managed to escape. It survived 3 centuries of history, but the old flour mill finally gave way when floodwaters tore through the Hudson Valley. If this were a leaf-eating competition, how long do you think this tiny army would need to completely clear the table?
Aqui é o banheiro da roça. Olha o que acontece quando ela descarga.
Trời ơi, nhìn đây.
Lợn cợn đó không?
Lợn cợn luôn ha. Coi riết họ ghiền luôn hả?
Ghiền luôn.
Flocks of storks often ride rising columns of warm air to travel long distances while saving energy, basically turning the sky into a natural highway. The aerial view reveals the incredible scale and layout of Giza, an engineering achievement created more than 4,000 years ago. It looks like gravity just got switched off with the water being pulled upward instead of falling back down. The sky didn't open some mysterious portal complex air currents, simply sculpted the cloud into this swirling shape. Fire starting tools should always be held securely and handled carefully because 1 second of lost control can be enough to cause trouble. Experience can make you confident, but it can never replace proper protective gear. Oversized loads need careful height checks and route planning because overpasses don't leave much room for bad math. A tornado can lift objects to unbelievable heights, making them look like tiny toys caught in the raw power of nature.
Charlie! Oh, you're...
What do you think is more frightening? The sound of thunder or the moment lightning actually hits the ground?
Whoa!
Light scattering through clouds and water vapor can create a glow much larger than the actual source, making the scene look far more mysterious. This condition is known as diprosopis, where facial structures become duplicated during embryonic development. The deep sea has delivered another mystery package, and this time nobody on the boat seems quite sure what to call it. No, the dragon isn't actually watching you. Your brain just got impressively fooled by a piece of paper. Would you believe this water is still moving? Its nearly perfect smoothness makes it look completely frozen in place. This is where roller skating stops being just skating and becomes a performance of speed, skill, and absolute trust. Would you like to join me on this journey? Leave a comment below. I'll be reading and replying to you. Looking at this, you have to wonder, was that bridge's strength calculated by engineering standards or by pure luck?
See you.
Looks like the meaning of loyal customer just got an upgrade. This has to be nature's VIP section. The only problem is the heating is turned way up and nobody can find the thermostat. Melting ice is causing flooding around Lake Erie. If this keeps up, this may only be the beginning. Massive sheets of ice are surging down Norway's Stjoa River like a winter flood, creating a scene that's beautiful but definitely worth respecting. A sudden burst of heavy hail turned Southern California into a rare and surprisingly dramatic scene. Humans have a very special habit. The scarier something looks, the more we sometimes want to get closer for a better look. Here's a little good luck from the carp, leaping over the dragon gate. May everything you're working toward eventually pay off. The Falkirk wheel turns, lifting boats into an engineering performance, raising an entire vessel 24 meters with just one rotation. The Gateshead Millennium Bridge doesn't simply open for passing boats. The entire bridge tilts upward like a giant eyelid over the river. This dentist has a pretty unusual payment system. Whatever is stuck in your teeth becomes its fee. A white giant in the middle of the blue ocean, a sight so rare that most people may never see one in their lifetime. No safety wires and no machinery. This traditional pole climbing technique makes the level of balance and control even more impressive.
Huh?
If you enjoy moments like these, leaving a like is always a great way to support the channel.
开始啦！哎呦，哎，有点滑，哎，老朋友们，哟呵，收，哎，收。
This incredible bowl lifting and balancing skill comes from years of training, precision, and body control. If you've never seen a starfish move before, this proves they're definitely not as motionless as they look. Now that's a visual feast. The entire flock of ducklings turns the ground into a living, moving carpet. I think this guy might want to review his driving lessons before giving that another try. One moment like this is enough to show why staying focused behind the wheel is never optional. After watching this teamwork, who do you think is actually the real team captain of the family? Teamwork means sharing the same goal, dividing the responsibility, and enjoying the result together. Doesn't this feel like exactly the kind of video you'd watch on a slow, relaxing evening? This cat decided to leave home in search of freedom, but its career as a street cat lasted exactly 15 minutes. These tiny eyes belong to one of the largest creatures in the ocean.